the United States is preparing a military aid package for India in order to strengthen security ties and reduce reliance on Russian weapons. The package under consideration would include up to $500 million in foreign military financing. After Israel and Egypt, India would be one of the top recipients of such aid. When the deal will be announced and what weapons will be included are unknown. Despite India's reluctance to criticize Russia for its invasion of Ukraine, the effort is part of President Joe Biden's administration's larger effort to court India as a long-term security partner. Over the years, the US aid has helped Israel's development of one of the world's most advanced militaries, allowing them to purchase sophisticated military equipment from the US. Israel, for example, has purchased 50 F-35 combat aircraft that can be used for carrying out various missions. 27 of the aircraft have been delivered so far, at a cost of around $100 million. Egypt received $1.4 billion in bilateral aid from the Biden administration. Egypt can spend $355 million on ground-based air defense systems to help it combat air threats, as well as the sale of 12 C-130J Super Hercules transport aircraft and related equipment. Now, the United States is offering India advanced military technology and weapons as compensation. Defense Secretary Austin advised India to reduce its reliance on Russian military hardware. However, India may be hesitant to accept the United States offer of defense equipment, because it takes a long time to replace legacy systems in any army. For example, the United States nuclear weapons system still uses an 8-inch floppy disk-based computing system from the 1970s, and approximately 75% of the US government's information technology budget is spent on operations and maintenance rather than development, modernization, and enhancement. The Indian military, for example, has a large stockpile of Russian-made weapons. The Indian Army's main battle tank force is primarily made up of Russian T-72M1 and T-90S tanks. The Indian Navy's operational aircraft carrier, the INS Vikramaditya, is a refurbished Soviet-era ship with a MiG-29K fighter fleet. 4 of the 10 guided missile destroyers are Russian Kashin-class destroyers, and 6 of the 17 frigates are Russian Talwar-class frigates. The nuclear-powered submarine in the Indian Navy is leased from Russia, and 8 of the 14 other submarines are of Russian design. The Indian Air Force's 667 fighter ground attack fleet is 71% Russian-made. The 6 air refueling tankers are all Russian-built Ilyushin Il-78. India has also agreed to buy Russia's S-400 air defense system, which has been under threat of US sanctions under the Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act, CAATSA. It's not just the fact India's military personnel are familiar with their equipment, but also that the relationship with Russia has withstood the test of time. In October of last year, a US congressional report stated that the Indian military cannot operate effectively without Russian-supplied equipment and will continue to rely on Russian weapons systems in the near and medium term. So, the decision to move away from Russian systems should not be political. The Indian armed forces, which have been using Russian equipment for decades, should make that decision. What the US can do is help India become self-sufficient in defense. India wishes to develop its own defense industry, sometimes in collaboration with other countries. This entails utilizing cutting-edge technology from abroad to give a significant boost to arms manufacturing through programs such as Make in India. Indeed, India must seek to reduce import dependence on all military hardware, not just Russian equipment, wherever feasible. However, any US diplomat who expects India to phase out Russian systems out of fear of diplomatic isolation is unfit for the job. India is certainly not happy with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, because it has made many things more difficult for Delhi. Fuel and other primary commodities that the world and India import from Russia and Ukraine have increased in price as a result of the invasion. However, both India and Russia require each other in the region they share. The truth is that India will buy from whomever it believes offers the best deal, whether it is Russia or another country. India's willingness to accept US military assistance remains to be seen. Alternatives to completely eliminating Russian weapons imports are prohibitively expensive.